Hello everyone and welcome to the lecture on Amazon Bedrock prompt flows. So this lecture will contain all these topics. What is Amazon Bedrock prompt flows? Some example tasks, how to create the flow, key concepts, nodes for controlling flow logic and nodes for handling data in the flow. So what is Amazon Bedrock prompt flows? Amazon Bedrock prompt flows offers the ability to use supported foundational models to build workflows by linking prompts, foundational models, and other AWS services to create end to end solutions. With the Visual Builder interface, you can quickly build complex generative AI workflows. The service provides integration capabilities that allow you to easily integrate with Amazon Bedrock offerings such as foundational models, knowledge bases, and other AWS services like AWS Lambda by transferring data between them. The deployment features enable you to deploy immutable workflows to move from testing to production in just a few clicks. Next topic is example tasks. So this is the example task 1. Amazon Bedrock flows allow users to automate the creation and distribution of email invitations by integrating prompt generation, knowledge base lookups for recipient details, and Lambda functions for delivery. Users can build flows to troubleshoot system errors by cross-referencing error IDs with documentation, analyzing system logs, and automatically updating faulty resource configurations. Flows enable the automated generation of performance reports by retrieving sales metrics from databases, aggregating the data for top products, and publishing summaries to specific portals. This is the 4th example task. Data ingestion tasks can be managed through the flows that handle data preparation, execute ingestion while filtering out failures, and generate detailed status reports. Next topic is how to create the flow. So first, we specify a flow name, description, and appropriate IAM permissions. Next, we design your flow by deciding the nodes that you want to use. Third, we create or define all the resources you require for each node. For example, if you are planning to use an AWS Lambda function, define the functions you need for the node to complete its tasks. And fourth, we add nodes to the flow, configure them, and create connections between the nodes by linking the output of a node to the input of another node in the flow. Next topic is key concepts. So first one is the flow. A flow is a construct consisting of a name, description, permissions, a collection of nodes, and connections between the nodes. When invoked, the input traverses through each node until an output node is reached, returning the final output. Next key concept is a node. A node represents a step inside a flow where you configure its name, description, input, output, and additional settings with specific configurations differing based on the node type. Third one is connections. Connections link nodes in two ways. A data connection sends data from an upstream node's output to a downstream node's input, while a conditional connection sends data from a preceding node to a downstream node only if a specific condition is fulfilled. Next key concept is expressions. Expressions define the method for extracting a specific input from the whole input entering a node. So next one is Flow Builder. The Flow Builder is a visual tool on the Amazon Bedrock console for building and editing flows. It allows users to drag and drop nodes onto the interface and configure their inputs and outputs. Whole input refers to the entire input data that is sent from a previous node to the current node within the flow. Upstream refers to the nodes that occur earlier in the sequence of the flow. Downstream refers to the nodes that occur later in the sequence of the flow. A node can have multiple inputs, utilizing expressions to extract relevant parts of the whole input. In the builder, an input appears as a circle on the left edge and connects to a upstream node's output. A node can also have multiple outputs appearing as circles on the right edge. Each output must be connected to at least one input in a downstream node. A branch occurs when a flow path splits between an output is sent to multiple nodes or a condition node is used. Each branch creates a path that can potentially yield a distinct output in the flow invocation response. So basically, if you have worked with flowchart, so basically this is like a flowchart where you can define your nodes, you can connect them, you can have splits, then finally you will have a output. So every node will produce an output, and then finally you will have a final output. So if you have worked with flowchart, basically this particular Bedrock flows have a flow builder where you can drag and drop and drag the nodes and connect them through lines and all, and finally produce some output. So next topic is nodes for controlling flow logic. So first type of node is the flow input node, which acts as the single mandatory starting point for every flow, responsible for accepting content from the invoke flow request and validating its data type. Flow output nodes extract and return data from preceding nodes, and that allows for multiple output points within a flow to accommodate various logical branches. Condition nodes direct data flow by evaluating specific criteria, and that allows multiple inputs to be compared against one another or constants using relational operators such as equal to, greater than, less than, and logical operators like and, or not. Conditions are evaluated in sequential order, where the first satisfied condition takes precedence, and data is routed to the specific downstream node associated with that fulfilled condition. Iterator nodes accept an array input and output its item sequentially for individual processing rather than parallel execution, while also providing the array size. Corrector nodes function downstream from iterator nodes to gather processed items and the expected array size, consolidating them back into a single returned array. Do-while loop nodes execute a sequence of logic repeatedly while defined Boolean condition remains true, guaranteeing that the loop body execute at least once before the condition is evaluated. To prevent infinite processing, do-while loops include a max iterations parameter which defaults to 10, causing the loop to exit when either the condition fails or the iteration limit is reached. Next topic is nodes for handling data in the flow. So we have just seen nodes for handling the conditions or the control flow. This is for handling data. So first one is prompt nodes generate model responses by using prompts defined either inline or through prompt management, utilizing inputs to fill variables and allowing for guardrail configurations. Agent nodes send prompts to AI agents to orchestrate tasks and support multi-turn invocations. That allows the flow to pause and request additional information from the user when necessary. Knowledge base nodes query Amazon Bedrock knowledge bases, returning either an array of retrieved results or a generated model response if a model ID is provided. S3 storage nodes write content to specific Amazon S3 buckets and return the URI, while S3 retrieval nodes fetch UTF-8 encoded string data from S3 using an object key. Lambda function nodes execute external business logic by sending a structured input event to an AWS Lambda function and passing the function's response back to the flow. Inline code nodes execute a custom Python 3.12 logic directly within the flow in an isolated environment, returning the result of the last executed line as the output. Constraints for inline code nodes include a limit of 5 nodes per flow, a lack of internet access, and incompatibility with asynchronous flow execution. Lex nodes utilize Amazon Lex bots to process natural language utterances and identify intents, though they currently support only single turn processing rather than multi turn conversations. And that's all. Thanks for watching.